The Wendy Williams Show. Now, here's Wendy!
Thank you for watching our show. Say hello to my co-host, my Stanford studio audience, and of course, the virtual audience at home. How you doing? Doing okay, let's get started. It's time for Hot Topic. So, I made my reservations for Valentine's Day. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know whether you think it's a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal day. So for those of you who do, it's only one stupid day. But the reason that I made them is because here in New York on February 14th is the day that New York is supposed to open up for indoor dining. Now, it's not enough for a lot of places to still be open because they're only taking 25% of the capacity. So you can go inside, but if a restaurant only fit 30 people before COVID-19, then there's gonna be 5 people in there. That's not enough to bring in the food and the busboys and the maitre d'. Like the purpose of going, to me, I miss, like I was telling you days ago, a tablecloth, the cloth napkin, which I use for my lap. I don't put it by my mouth. I bring in my own wipes and utensils. But I like to see them just sitting pretty and, you know, somebody asking me what I want to eat, you know, behind the mask and that. So I made my reservation at my social club. And so, well, no, because we all know each other already. And so I said, all right, well, you know, who's all gonna be there? Is everybody, they said, Wendy, it's Valentine's Day. You know, they're gonna be 8 people per table. And, you know, a lot of times you go to the social club, or at least mine, and you sit at the table, if you'd like, with strangers, but you're really not strangers because you're all part of the same club. You all want the same things in life, better and more, you know? But I'm going. And I said, you know what? Don't even give me a table. I'll sit on a chaise lounge. It's very comfortable. And they're gonna have the indoor-outdoor, you know, with the big roller up, indoor-outdoor. But most people concentrated outdoor, limited menu. Because still the food, how do you get the food here? You know, everybody's affected. So I'm gonna lay on the chaise lounge and pull up one of those tables with the wheels. Yeah. And look around. I stay for like an hour and a half and go home. It's good because it's early. It starts at like 5 o'clock. It's over in a few hours. Yeah. Jersey opens to 30% capacity on Friday. So what does that mean? All New York goes to Jersey for 2 more people fitting in a restaurant? So Lamar, hi Lammy. Lamar Odom, who you know we love here at the show, they found somebody for him to fight, and it is not Matt Barnes. See, that was my pick. But instead, it's going to be Aaron Carter. First of all, I always think of Aaron Carter as being little Aaron Carter when he was with his brother Nick and they sang that song, that candy song.
I want candy.
I want candy. But, and we hear that all the time on commercials and stuff. It's like a, what do they call it? Like a widget in your head when you hear it.
Yeah.
But apparently he didn't write it, produce it, or any of it. So he gets no money from that. He's probably pissed walking around the house watching TV and saying, there it is again. And he's not with his brother Nick. He's managed by Lou Pearlman's.
Yeah, back in the day, Lou Pearlman did all those.
Touched the boys and went to jail?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and all those guys.
So he's with his brother. Well, so Lamar is 41 and he's 6'10". And Aaron is 33 and 6'1". I always thought he'd be a lot shorter than that. Yeah. But he's 6'1", and he looks pretty good working out. I'm there for it. Like they're having it in Atlantic City literally on June 12th at the Showboat, and I'm going. Because I love fights. And to sit like 6 rows back with a mask on or something like that, I don't know whether they have a ring girl, but I'd do that with a mask on. You know what I mean? Get up, Lamar, get up! I don't think Lamar's gonna win this one, although he's my fan favorite. I don't think he's gonna win because I think at 6'10", you move slow. When you're not playing basketball anymore, you know what I mean? Like Lamar moves, he's slowish in his movements and his talk and stuff like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, he's been through a lot. By the way, he says his favorite day in his life, I have to ask him about this. I want him to come on the show by any means necessary to make that happen. He said that the best day of his life is when he cheated on Chloe. He would like to have an exclusive here at the show. We'll wheel him in on the virtual and find out what he meant by that.
All right.
So, and Aaron says, I think Aaron's gonna win because at 33 to Lamar's 41, that's a lot of years. And then they both have the same struggles with substance abuse. I mean, Aaron's, what he says was painkillers and alcohol. But a lot more went on at that Perlman / his brother's place. And Lamar was anything that moved. So both men right now are clean and sober, and I think that this is good for their substance abuse issues. Here's Aaron talking to us, telling us why this is good for him.
I'm really excited to be fighting Lamar Odom. This is a crazy matchup. I mean, it's like David and Goliath. He's 6'7", I'm 6'1". So it's gonna be kind of crazy. I'm really looking forward to this fight. I just want to let you guys know that I'm not just a music producer, an entertainer, a singer, a dancer. I'm also a fighter. So I grew up street fighting, and you know, I'm really looking forward to this match.
I am so going. Did we show Lamar practicing? Did I miss something?
We have that though.
I want to
yeah.
see Lamar a fight. Watch how he moves though, you guys. He looks pretty good. That's his trainer, so the trainers are coached ahead of time. All right, TMZ Sports is here. Don't hit me hard, make me look good. But he just looks tall, with thin calves and skinny ankles. Thank you, TMZ Sports, for all the videos. Don't forget, if you would like to go, and I'm sure there's gonna be social distancing and all the testing and all that other kind of stuff, it's going to be on June 12th, which is a Saturday. Yeah, you know, in June. Get a room or just drive down for the day, eat the food. Maybe Lamar won't be so hurt and lumped up afterwards after he gets beat up by that boy. And maybe we'll have dinner and I'll get some more exclusive hot copy. I mean, topics copy. All right. I know you're very, very busy, but if you've got 5 minutes, I've got some good TV for you. Back to Lamar. Lamar and his ex-fiancée, Sabrina, they did this reality show before they split up. This was done back in 2019. And it just started streaming for the For Us, By Us network, which is FUBU. The FUBU network. He knows what to do, Mr. John does. Anyway, Mr. Shark Tank. Anyway, it's only 5 minutes. I don't know why. I mean, between the credits and them talking to us, you know, in their confessionals. But it's only 5 minutes. To me, every show should be 5 minutes. Except this one, of course. There's Lamar with his great fashion sense. And her, of course, decked out with Lamar's money for her great fashion sense. They're not together anymore. Remember, we're Team Lamar, focus. So it was filmed while Lamar was preparing to be on Dancing with the Stars. But she's talking to him like he's about to be in competition with something he could actually stand a chance to win. Like he might get beat up by by Aaron Carter. But at least, you know, he'll stay standing and he'll fall against the rope and then hold on to the second rope and gently, like me on Halloween, gently fall, ever so gently fall to the ground, you know? But she's talking to him about going on Dancing with the Stars, an impossibility for most people. Take a look.
You're a champion, you're a winner. You know, you're a 2-time champion, 6th man of the year. You're a Laker. Like, come on now, why are we talking about failure? How are you gonna try to be the best at this, Lamar?
Going in with the right mentality.
And what's that? What's the right mentality?
To kill it.
You're a champion. That doesn't mean only in basketball. Like, becoming a champion as a Laker sets you up to be a champion for life, correct?
That's a fact.
Right?
Everything she does shows that she supports me. I think she was put in my life, at this time in my life, really like to make me better.
I mean, there are only 6 episodes, and so you've seen half of one already. Look how Lammy holds his fork. Did he do time in the pen? No.
Lamar? No.
No.
Not at all.
Why is he holding like that? Lamar. That sends signals across the room. It's like, oh, okay. Anyway, you can see there that Sabrina dominated the relationship. Sabrina's got a pass of her own, case in point. Just want to remind you, that's Sabrina. And Lamar, good luck with this boxing match. And I need you to come on this show. Come sometime next week. This is Little Friday, so the week is pretty much over. But come sometime next week, they'll wheel you in. We'll talk about everything like nobody's watching. You know how we do. Okay, good. Okay, good. I was talking to the game last night. He wants to get out of California.
Oh.
Yeah, we're friends. Yeah.
The game.
Jayceon.
Jayceon.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
All right.
You know, he's one of those people. He's one of those people who checks on your soul. Like he doesn't say, I'm just checking in on you. He's, I'm just checking on your soul. How you doing today, sis? I got a life. I'm like, I'm fine, Jayceon. How are you doing? He's like, he said, well, my soul is full and my spirits are free. And then he always sends this. Oh,
You're like, no.
do you know how much crime is going on underneath that ankle bracelet that he's in? He says, oh, I want to come see you, you know, as soon as the judge removes the ankle bracelet. Hey, shout out to you, Judge. Somebody in your family watches. Jayceon, I realize that he's been in trouble over and over again, and sometimes he just can't help himself. Like, We'll ask Lamar to ask Chloe.
Oh.
Didn't Chloe know Jayceon at one point?
She knew him very well. Allegedly.
She knows everybody. Allegedly. Anyway, so he watches the show with the ankle bracelet on. So and he's really gotten into himself, and he's doing push-ups and eating the food and But it's always funny to hear that from, you know, pow, pow, pow. You know. Mine's means Wendy Williams, by the way. But, you know. So Kanye, everybody, has moved out of the house. Apparently, Kim is in...
Turks and Caicos.
I was gonna say the place where Lisa Ray...
Ray is the first lady, the former first lady.
Right. So Kim is in the Turks and Caicos with all of the children. And the word on the curb is that Kanye and Kim do not speak with each other. They do not want to be around each other. And this is all coming from People Magazine, so you know if People Magazine says it, it's got to be true. You know what I mean? Kim will probably file for divorce, according to People, when the show, the last season, which they just finished filming. It'll air in March, and then she'll talk about it behind the scenes. So they'll have TV coverage as well as behind the scenes coverage, which is great. That's what the family does. They were married for 7 years. They put up with each other, and Kanye went there to the house while she was not there, and there he is getting off the plane from Wyoming with, you know, his guys were probably there in Wyoming with him. And he picked up a bunch of stuff, including 500 pair of sneakers. His, and his. I mean, people love Yeezys. They both have so much money. I don't really see this as being a fight. If anything, the fight would be in paternity court, because if I were Kim, I wouldn't trust Kanye with him alone, because he's got, you know, a tick boom. He's way worse than Lamar. And if I were him, I wouldn't want the kids to be with her all the time, because Kim is to the point where, you know, she gets naked and does everything for us, you know, people who watch, her fans, her brands, her moisturizers, her Skims, all that stuff that she has. And she's got to keep doing that stuff. But the kids are getting too old to see their mom, you know, jumping on a plane and going to the Turks and Caicos for a photo shoot. Not that that's what she's doing right now, but I just use that as an example. You know, she has a particular kind of lifestyle, and I just think her children are too old for that. And if I were Kanye, I wouldn't want them to be with her all the time either. So somebody in that family, you don't have all those sisters for nothing, and Rob, you don't have all them for nothing, and Chris, who loves her grandchildren, but she's busy with Corey. In your 50s, why should you suffer? It's Fashion Week here in New York, only I think everybody, not really. I mean, the beautiful people are out and stuff, allegedly. I don't know. This is, who's, Hanifa. Hanifa designed this dress. It's very, very long, and she's supposed to be doing Fashion Week. I don't know whether she'll actually do Fashion Week. It's everybody's Zooming the fashion shows. It's not the same. Willie's not going to anything. I mean, he gets everything, case in point, but he's not going to everything. I want to shout out to my friend Kevin Frazier and everybody over at Entertainment Tonight. Celebrating their 40th anniversary. You know, Kevin was supposed to be here yesterday, but we had so much going on, we ran out of time, but we are gonna reschedule, and he's going, isn't that a good smile? That's a good smile. Happy 40th anniversary, E.T. Yep. I was in Jersey yesterday tooling around after the show and stuff, and I met up with a girlfriend of mine for lunch, you know, Dr. Marianne Shapiro. And so I said to her, you know, we're talking and stuff. She's about to go sailing around the world with her husband. They like to do that, you know, all the friends get together. So I said to her, I said, do you know this jazz musician named Julian Vaughn? She goes, yes, yes, yes. He plays the bass. Do you know how tall he is? He's 6'7". Mm-hmm. Wow, how do you know so much? She said, Wendy, we put the Muzak in, you know, at the practice and also at home. She said, I love jazz. I love jazz. She said, why? And I said, well, he's part of our, you know, Get a Date with Wendy during all of February. You know, we've been showing you guys the guys. No, I'm not about to show you a guy or Julian or anything. That was just like a brain fart that people really do know who this guy is. Mm-hmm. 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 Still don't know how many kids he has, though, or how old they are. Right. A lot of you said that he was too young for me at 40. Mm-mm. No, it's not. Mm-mm. 40, being married, going through that war, having kids, that's a war. And then flying all around the world. He's sought after. He lived in Dubai for 3 months. Mm-hmm. And like he takes these places where he lives for a long period of time and does residencies. So that's perfect for me, a long weekend, fly over. I'll only be there for 1 hour because the flight is so long. Maybe I won't meet him there, but you know, yeah. Anyway, so this rapper, Lil Uzi Vert, we haven't talked about it. I haven't gotten around to it. He's so good looking regularly. I don't know why it is that he's ruined his face with the tattoos, and now his latest thing is he's invested in a $24 million face diamond. And the part that is really bothersome is the whole thing. But at least if you're gonna get it, please don't make it move. It looks like somebody could just come and grab it. First of all, I don't believe it's a real diamond. I believe it's a piece of cubic zirconia. How would we know the difference? You know, Lil Uzi, you assume, you know, it's real. He said he'd been saving for years to buy it. It's a natural pink diamond. It's between 10 and 11 carats. And he paid it off in 2017. Then it was just a matter, I guess, of locating the fool who's gonna inject it in your head. So to find out more information, I called Bad Will. Yeah, who still has my flower ring. Details, he says, details. I want to do it once, Wendy, I want to do it right. I said, well, how does Uzi have a diamond sticking out of his forehead? And I can't even have a flower sticking out of my hand. And so he says, I don't know, you know, that's nuts. Like, who would do that? And I'm thinking maybe you go to a plastic surgeon, you know, and a surgeon would implant the fake diamond. Because even a surgeon would say, all right, don't get it real. And is it worth getting punched in the face and robbed for a real diamond? Is it worth, you know, you being a victim of a robbery from one of those girls with a big butt and the big hips, you know, that shake it for you while you're performing? Oh, girls are the best robbers these days. You know what I mean? The guys sick the girls on them, and then the girls end up turning on the guys and keeping all the money for themselves. But they eventually get caught, you know, the heels give out, and they have to go back to the guy anyway, the girls. We gotta perfect that robbing game. But you should use dental metal, is what Will was saying. Dental metal is what the best grills are made of. Dental metal is what the best, I guess, hopefully this is dental metal, all of it. And hopefully he went to a surgeon. I guess the surgeon drills a hole in his head, you know, pulls out the extra skin, and then puts it in there. The dental metal, everybody, is twice as much to get set as regular metal, like if you were to get platinum or something like that. The reason why is because dental metal will not tarnish or turn brown when he smokes his blunts and does curls. You know what I mean? Or when he drinks his wine, that it won't get stained when a girl splashes him in the forehead with it. You know what the girl would do? She would wait for you to go to sleep because, you know, you've got to be on something to get this. You can't be in your right, Uzi. I'm not suggesting, I'm just saying, you can't be in your right mind to get this. She's gonna fill a bathtub full of ice, and then she's gonna drag you to the bathtub and put you in there, and when you wake up in the morning, you're gonna have a giant hole in your head, there's gonna be blood everywhere, and you would have been robbed. What a mess. You ready for more? We've got more great show for you, everybody. Up next, music superstar Shaggy is here. So grab a snack and come on back. Give it up for Shaggy.
But she got me on the counter. Saw me banging on the sofa.
It wasn't me.
Yeah. It's been a long time, my friend.
It has been a while, Wendy. What's up?
I'm so glad to see you. First, I want to give you shoe cam.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. He's giving us after Blizzard fashion. Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, we're in. It's pretty slushy and messy outside, so it's, you know. I gotta be prepared, Wendy.
Now, you're stuck here because of the blizzard, or you're stuck here because you're in the recording studio, which is obvious behind you, but why are you here as opposed to being at home with your large family in Jamaica?
Well, a couple of things. I'm doing some records, some music, and I'm also producing Spice's new records that's coming out. And on top of that is Super Bowl week. I have a lot of press, and you know, it's just easy to get everything done one time in one place. But, Wendy, I'm a New Yorker. What are you talking about? I'm a New Yorker, man. I mean, seriously. You know how far we go. You know how far we go back. Come on.
We go back so far. Hey, I can't help but notice how handsome you are. I mean, you truly are not just handsome, not just good looking. You're still sexy at 50. Yes. Like, you've got all of your hair, your skin looks good. I mean, we did some hard living back in the day. The hard living has not gotten the best of you.
You know what? I have a great family, a great team, great support unit, and I have a lot to be happy for. I come from humble beginnings, and I know that, you know, it's an opportunity that I've been given, and I, you know, I work hard and go at it. You know, it's the same thing with you. You go,
yeah.
You've been working, you've had many jobs. You could very well be Jamaican. The many jobs you've had.
So everyone, Shaggy is married, and they have 5 children together in Jamaica. How do you make it work? The kids are so young. Do they even know who Shaggy is?
They do. They do. I have my twin girls. But, you know, you go through stages, you know, because, you know, I have a 15-year-old that her and I was close. And then now, you know, she's gone into that teenager thing. So, you know, I'm not that cool anymore. And now I have my 10-year-old girls, my twin girls, and, you know, they're excited with me. So those are who I connect with now. And now with my son now, you know, he's 26. So I'm on that level where we're having grown folks conversation now. So
do they want to?
The dynamics is great.
Do they want to join the band and be in the business, or are they off on their own regarding what they want to be when they grow up?
Well, my son is in the business. He's a rapper. He's Rob Banks, and you know he's from that whole Broward crew with you know, they started with Extestation and Slumdog and all of these guys, Ski Mask and all of them. So yeah, so he's been doing his thing. He's pretty successful at doing his thing.
Now, you've been quarantined for 2 months from your family. That was in London, or was that here?
No, you know what? We had just finished a tour with me, Nelly, Eve, Salt and Pepper, a whole bunch of us, and I got to New York one day before they closed the UK. Wow. And that was a time when we didn't know much about the pandemic. So, and I was doing a lot of meet and greets and stuff like that. So I didn't know what I had or what I didn't have. So I didn't want to take it back home to my kids. So I said, let me stay here in New York for a bit for the 14-day quarantine. Mm-hmm. And during that time, they shut Jamaica down. And I was just stuck here for a minute and had to adjust.
Sounds delightful. I'm just saying, you know, you've got a very large family. It sounds delightful. And then you go back to them and they support you. And, you know, you live like a king in Jamaica, I understand. So good for you. Now, you were in the military and that's where you got your breathing technique. Explain. Look at that young man.
Number 5.
How old is he? How old is he?
I think at that time I was what? I don't know, what, 18, 19? I don't know. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And tell us how the military helped you in the life that you're living today.
Well, you know, a lot of people say they go into the military to fire a gun. I went into the military to learn how to balance my checkbooks. You know, the streets taught you how to do the gun part. That's easy.
Okay.
You know, it really gave me the discipline to you know, tackle this thing, to get up every morning early and just be on point. Everything from, I'm a bit of a neat freak myself. I like order. I like, you know, I'm very meticulous. You know, when I was in the military, we used to run and sing cadences, and we do like, I do funny cadences. They'd always want me to do it because I would do these rhymes, and I'd be like, I don't know, but I've been told my CEO wears pantyhose, and I'll, you know, say these really, you know, funny. But I didn't know that you might be running like, you know, 4 miles, 3-4 miles, and you're singing that it's vocal training. It was coming from the gut, and it was like, I put the same thing into songs, and you remember a classic, Oh Carolina, California, this, they call me Mr. Bombastic, semi-fantastic. You know, all those joints are from that, you know, that sound.
All right, well, you know what? You never know where you're gonna get a lesson. So it's been 20 years since It Wasn't Me hit the charts. And back then, you know, my radio station at the time, 98.7 KISS, we were all over you. And you didn't mess up your fame. I never remember talking bad about you. I never remember you and I being in a disagreement or an argument or anything like that. You were just lovely. And now your career has grown to the point where It Wasn't Me and the fame of Shaggy has taken you to perform for the Royals?
Yeah, it's been an amazing ride. It's funny enough, we did It Wasn't Me 20 years ago. It took me on an amazing ride. I'm back on an amazing ride with it again after 20 years. I had some great moments. You know, we played for the Queen's birthday, myself and Sting, and yeah.
And then you gotta how you doing? You gotta It Wasn't Me from Harry, the handsome one?
Prince Harry. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Prince Harry. Prince Harry was in Jamaica. I have a charity called the Bustamante Hospital for Children. And, you know, we raise money for that. It's the only children's hospital in English-speaking Caribbean. And I've been doing it for probably around 16, 17 years. And we always keep an annual concert. And we've raised over $2 million. And we've built a cardiac ward and all of that. And he came down to check it out. And they asked me to come. And my daughter it was this whole buzz that, oh, the prince is coming, the princess. So my daughter, I think she was probably around, you know, six or seven at the time. Perfect. And she was like, yeah, I want to see the prince. I want to see the prince. So I took her, you know, left her out of school, took her out of school, went there. And she got there and she just started like, you know, she's very standoffish. And he was like, hi, hello. And she was like, this isn't the prince, because she thinks the prince should be on a horse, you know, like a Disney prince. and he said, wow, I've never had that reaction.
That's funny.
In a long while, and then he turned around and said, hey, but it wasn't me, and wow. You know, that was very good.
Congratulations on the Super Bowl commercial. First of all, I like my Cheetos, the hot ones, with sour cream. How do you like yours?
You know, I have done the crunchy, which this is kind of a mix of crunchy and popcorn.
I like
the crunchy one and the cheat, and it's a mix. So this is great. Which everybody's trying to mix them anyway. So they just did it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I normally do it with my daughter put me on to cream cheese.
Oh, that sounds good too. How did you get this commercial? How that?
They wanted to use a song. Of course, it's a license, and I was like, oh, okay, great. And then they said, well, we would like you in it. And then they sent me a script, and I was like, oh. And then I said, who's going to play the lead actor? And it says Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. I'm like, oh wow. And then they said, it's a Super Bowl, and I'm like, woo!
You know what? If you weren't as handsome and sexy as you are right now, they probably would have used just the song. But because you keep yourself together and your music is right, thank you so much for being here. And congratulations on everything. You can check out Shaggy's Super Bowl commercial on Super Bowl Sunday. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back. It's time for Celebrity Lookalikes. I love it. By the way, everybody, a Red Robin for lunch. Yeah, turkey burgers, regular burgers, or veggie burgers, whatever you like. And then fried onions or, I forgot, something for the veggies. That's for us. Sorry. Okay, our first celebrity lookalike comes from Stella, who watches The Wendy Show on KDFW in Dallas, Texas. Stella thinks that her daughter looks like Jovan. Oh, her daughter Jovan looks like Aaliyah. So here's the real Aaliyah. And here's Jovan. Oh, wow. That's good. You look Aaliyah-like. Although once you put on the headband and the glasses and get the stance, it's not that, and the nails, it's not that difficult. But you're a very beautiful girl. I like your eyebrows. Thank you, Stella and Jovan. Our next celebrity lookalike comes from Tony, who watches The Wendy Show here in New York on WNYW, Jamaica, Queens. And Tony thinks that he looks like Bow Wow. Which incarnation? All right, here's the real Bow Wow. Always cute. All right, here's Tony. Tony, you just wanted to be on Celebrity Lookalike. And even if you look like Bow Wow, I hope you don't act like Bow Wow. He looks like Bow Wow's third cousin removed from the other side of the family. Okay. Okay, thank you, Tony. Our next celebrity lookalike comes from Tiffany, who watches The Wendy Show on KVVU in... Julian doesn't have children. Yeah. He's 40, he wants kids probably eventually, and you know I'm not the one, that's been closed, but it's all right, you know, we'll stick it out if something happens for a few years and then move on with my life. All right. KVVU is where Tiffany watches. That's in Henderson, Nevada. Tiffany thinks that she looks like Mila Kunis. All right, which incarnation? Because she's going through a lot too. Let's take a look at Mila. All right, and let's take a look at Tiffany. For me, because I'm a Kunis critic, in that she's got like one of the best hairlines. You know what I mean? And the hairline is like I would know. As soon as you tossed your hair, I would know. But if you had a center part and everything down over the hairline, I would say, is that Mila? Okay. Thank you, Tiffany. Our last celebrity lookalike comes from Neil, who watches The Wendy Show on KTXL in Lodi, California. And we've gotten this before. Neil thinks he looks like Robin Williams. So here's the real Robin Williams. Oh, see, I thought he was gonna go with the rainbow stripes and the whole bit, because that was an easy one to copy. All right, and let's take a look at Neil. Oh, yeah. Wow. Wow. Listen, if you or someone you know thinks that you look like a celebrity, sharing is funny. Go to wendyshow.com. Ask Wendy is next. That's my DJ, Sus One. All right, it's time for Ask Wendy. Sarah is in Houston. Sarah, what's your question?
How you doing, Wendy?
How you doing?
My question is, my mom is 72, I'm 42. It's been over like 2 years since she got married to a man that I never met, my family never met. I tried to stop the wedding by contacting the officiant. They got married anyway. I didn't go to the wedding. I stopped talking to my mom for about a year. I'm happy to say in the last year, we started talking again. However, they're both pastors. However, within the last few months, their marriage is on the fritz. They're both calling me individually about their problems. It's to the point where when me and my mom talk, she just talks about those situations with him.
Do you have any siblings?
I just don't know what else to do.
I know you mentioned family, but do you have any siblings besides you?
I have 2 older sisters, but she doesn't disclose information to them like she does to me.
Well, 72, I would normally say is old, but 72, you know, and your mother's a pastor and her new husband's a pastor, and they fight. What do they fight about? Mm-hmm. What does she tell you? And what does he tell you?
So basically, I think she feels like she kind of maybe cheating on her or whatnot. But I don't know. I think there's just differences. I think she didn't really know him. You know, they got married really quickly within a matter of days.
Wait, no. Yeah, all right, here's what you do. You pull your mother to the side and you tell your mother, look, you might want companionship, but this is not the guy for you. You pull your other sisters in and you let them know what's going on, and you let your mom know that this is a family crisis. Because your mother, yes, her happiness is important, but not by a man, and I don't care if he's from the church. All church isn't good church. And they need to get divorced. So you figure out how that's going to happen, okay? Is that what you want? Is that what you wanted to hear?
Yeah, I do. I think that she needs to move on. I'm not saying he's a bad
divorce
guy, but it's just she needs to move on.
Bye. It's so funny how people say move on when they mean divorce. It's like, that's why I enjoyed making my movie and my documentary. You say it. Say it. We'll be right back. Everything you want to know is available at wendyshow.com about the show. I'm talking hot topics and all that, okay? We'll be right back. I don't know another show on daytime that goes from Big L behind the scenes to Big Nas, the whole bit. Come get greasy with us. Be part of our studio audience. Well, actually, virtual audience. Go to wendyshow.com and sign up. We'll be right back. Tomorrow, the legend, Debbie Allen. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy.
How you doing?
Nice.